But perhaps the biggest blow to the Indianapolis economy so far is what we heard this afternoon, the cancellation of the Big Ten tournament.
And within the last hour, the NCAA has canceled the men's and women's basketball tournaments and all winter and spring championships. We've got Taylor Tannenbaum joining us live from Bankers Life Fieldhouse, where they should have had games, but of course that's now been canceled. Taylor?
Yeah, guys, it has been a wild, and the word a lot of people are using is fluid situation over the last 24 hours in the sports world. Just here at Bankers Life Fieldhouse for this Big Ten men's basketball tournament, it went from eliminating fans altogether to then this morning canceling the tournament altogether. And as you mentioned, a little less than an hour ago, the NCAA officially announcing that March Madness has been canceled. I mean, it almost seemed like this would be inevitable at this point when you have all professional sports pretty much on hold right now, from the NBA, Pacers across the street not doing anything right now, the NHL, the MLB. So we're going to pull up the statement that was released just moments ago from the NCAA, and it reads today that President Mark Emmert has announced to the public that it is canceled altogether. The Board of Governors have canceled Division I men's and women's 2020 basketball tournaments, as well as you mentioned, all remaining spring and winter championships. And of course, it's all related to COVID-19. So when you mention all spring and winter sports, this isn't just basketball, this is softball, this is baseball, hockey, track and field. So a lot of athletes are being affected by this. And of course, when it comes to basketball, you had Purdue hoping to make a run in this Big Ten men's tournament. You had Butler, who was definitely an IU in the tournament, essentially for the first time since 2016. And for the women, the IU women had punched a ticket to the NCAA tournament, and the IUPUI women as well going dancing for the first time in program history. So none of that will be happening. So while there's a lot of understanding for these athletes and these organizations, there is certainly disappointment. So I'm going to bring in Mary Mills right now, who has been spending a lot of time downtown. We talk about disappointment for the programs and the athletes, but also some disappointment for fans that you've been talking to around town.
Oh, absolutely. When the announcement came, Russ Gobert and I were outside, but you would not have known anything was going on inside because there were so few people out and about. None of that March Madness that we're so used to. Right. But yeah, the fans that we talked to said, not surprised, disappointed, yes, but not surprised.
No! It was our year!
A range of emotions as Big Ten fans learned the tournament had been canceled. Iowa's Mike Moriarty was inside when the announcement came.
Well, it was already weird because there were no fans. And then suddenly they called Rutgers and Michigan off the floor. And then they started asking us all to leave, and then they made an announcement, and it's very strange.
What was the reaction inside?
Very sad. Very sad.
A few tears from senior parents.
The only people here are family. They're the only people that were let in, so it's personal.
And disappointing to fans hoping to catch the games on TV.
I'm just sad. I was looking forward to cheering on my Boilermakers.
Somewhat surprised, but yet not after the NBA stuff that happened yesterday. But canceling the games altogether was kind of disheartening.
Fans with tickets got refunds, and the same for many staying at downtown hotels. But not everyone was headed home.
So you're heading back today. There's no reason to stay, I presume, right? Or
no, I'm going to stay in the city and enjoy the city because we're in an Airbnb and not going to be able to get our money back for that. So we're just going to enjoy Indianapolis.
Certainly glad to hear that. Have to say we talked to roughly 24 or so people. Again, everybody said surprised, disappointed. Not a single person, though, said they were upset or angry with that decision. Everyone we talked to said, hey, if it means, the safety and well-being of the players, the fans, and everyone else, you got to do what you got to do. And they said they trusted those who made that decision. Scott and Ann.